Get all the latest SFTP merch, hoodies, coffee cups, women's tees, men's tees, a whole lot more. You asked for it. You got it. That's merch from W. Wow, it's not like I'm really on a radio station. SFTP. Check it out. Shop from the Point has a merch store, and I hope you check it out.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit. Just
let me broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C. Kyrsh got school, so you just stuck with me. I got two big subjects to talk about, one being the Clarissa May story, where she made a pretty serious accusation and was really vague about it. Looks like a bunch of clickbait bullshit. Or we're not getting the full story on a serious crime. When pressed on the fact that she did not mention the cops in the video, she put this out. Well, first of all, the trigger warning always gets me. You know, you're making the videos for adults, and people really need trigger warnings. Trigger warning, if you're triggered about story about harassment, do not watch. Actually, it's a rape accusation. I'm talking about sexual harassment, the biggest social media stars. No, you're talking about rape. I don't understand that. All right, here's what you write. Hey, everyone, I just really wanted to quickly comment and address everyone's concerns. Yes, these things have been reported to the police. No, it was not either of the Paul brothers or Rice Gum. That's because she left it in the tags that it was Jake Paul. Yeah, you might be able to say, well, everybody kind of putting Jake Paul's on the tags right now. When you're vague about it, when you go on and initially say it was not one of the Paul brothers and the only Paul brother that's in there, say he's one of the biggest social media stars, I tell you, Jake, you probably have a case. Just the simple fact is that it's in the tags. These stories are real. And these things happen to girls all around the world every single day. That has nothing to do with the criticisms of you. Of course, these horrors happen to women every single day, all around the world. Goes without saying. But that has absolutely nothing to do with the seriousness of your accusation. Just because I held myself together and didn't let myself cry over these things doesn't mean I haven't shed plenty of tears. Well, look at the thumbnail. My story looked pretty upset. And most of the video, you come off like a hard ass. This isn't, bullshitting 12-year-old girls that are into you, that you're pregnant, like the click below that. This is a rape accusation. This is some next level shit. It's a serious rape accusation. Yes, this has been reported to the police. So I'm sure we could find a police report on record. Is that unreasonable to ask? Did you file the police report, or did the alleged victim file the police report? Really? This was handled so well. Clarissa, you're so grown up and mature. But at no point in this video did I think that you were seeking praise. Oh, it's so nice that you have the bravery to talk about it. Brave ain't vague. You gonna do something like this? I can't believe, I would have said something like, look, I reported this information to the police, and they're gonna get this guy. No. You came off like, I don't know. You came off like no one's gonna do anything because the world is so fucked up. That's the way it came off. Let's go to our favorite media guy, Mr. John Scarce, and let's see how he reported it and critique. Because that's what we do. We report on YouTube news and critique those who do the news.
Because I don't want to be calling anyone out here, but there's a YouTuber known as Clarissa, okay? She has around 600,000 subscribers. She's a massive female YouTuber, and she uploaded a new video today. And in this video, she claims that a couple social media stars did some pretty awful stuff to her and her friend.
Whoa. Serious. Look at Johnny's eyes.
Like, this is a pretty big deal. And she even says in this video that some of these are really big social media stars, and at the middle of the video, she claims that one of these is a very big YouTuber. Just
I can't get over his eyes. It's bugging me out. I've never seen Johnny this excited.
watch this.
He's one of the biggest YouTubers right now. He's very, very successful. Literally millions of girls and guys look up to him as their idol. You know, he's so great, fabulous, whatever. See what was up. And I remember one of the bedrooms was locked. I couldn't go inside, and I heard noises coming from inside, and I heard a girl saying no over and over and over again.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Open the fucking door. Get some help over here. No. Monetize the YouTube video. Doesn't make any sense. If I knew somebody was getting raped, I'd be in a panic.
And I recognized that girl's voice as Susan, and there was nothing I could do.
Can you drop her name? Oh, shit. Be in a panic if I thought something like that was going on. Nothing would stop me.
Okay, so a lot of you guys are like, holy shit, who is this person who she's talking about? Well, a lot of her fans think that it might be Logan Paul. The only problem with this, okay, obviously Clarissa and Logan Paul have hung out a lot in the past, so a lot of her fans think, oh shit, did Logan Paul do some awful things to Clarissa's friend? Well, that's not the case, because Clarissa actually responded to a fan's comment saying it was not Logan Paul. So Clarissa has already clarified it's not Logan Paul.
Yeah, you're off the hook, buddy. All we got to do is narrow it down to everybody else that lives in Los Angeles.
So now a lot of her fans are saying, okay, is it Jake Paul? A lot of her fans are thinking, like, did Jake Paul do something awful to Clarissa's friend? And, like, this could be massive news, you know, if this actually came out and she actually claimed this. But
or we could have a rapist on the loose, which would be big, more important than massive news scares. We have a rapist on the loose. This is serious business. This ain't massive news. This is police time. We've got somebody taking advantage of young women and somebody in a position of power to take advantage of young women. It's not the first priority, Johnny boy.
She hasn't said anything about it since. She hasn't said who this big YouTuber is.
Yeah, sure.
She was being very vague in the video. We do have a little piece of information here. This one comes from her tags. So the tags on her video actually have a bunch of things about exposing a YouTuber for harassing her and stuff. But at the end of the tags, it says here, Jake Paul, Cameron Dallas.
Team 10? Cameron Dallas? I mean, Roofie Storytime, trigger warning. Why would you have trigger warning in a tag? If you're easily triggered, why would you be typing trigger warnings for a search? Why would you be searching for something that gets you triggered? Stupid.
So she doesn't say any other YouTubers in her tags on her video. She just says Jake Paul and Cameron Dallas.
Yeah, smart move.
So I'm honestly thinking she might be talking about them, but I don't know, and I'm not gonna, start making allegations against people here because
whoa, super topes. This smelly fish is fishy as fuck. Yes, it does. This is fishy as fuck. And I think she's going to rely on the fact that I don't have to do that. No, you don't have to come out and tell who you essentially admitted to witnessing a felony. And you claim you reported it to the police only after you made the video. Put all these trigger warnings, used all this SJW language, all these buzzwords. I got news for you. I've been down this road with Patrick Kane. And all the same bullshit was it. And turned out, Patrick Kane was innocent. I don't know if they're false accusation or not. But this is not the way I go about it. This is not the way anybody could go about it. This is the way somebody's going about it to get views. And not be called out on it. And shield themselves. Somebody desperately needs attention. Somebody who desperately needs, oh, it's so great that people like you are willing to talk about this. Talk about what? She didn't say anything. All it's going to take is one of these girls to go to jail one of these days that gets nailed. And no, the fact of the matter is, when you get caught lying for this shit, nobody goes to jail. Somebody needs to do 10 years eventually. And that'll end this. That will end this. Because you're going to find out what sexual assault was really about in prison. It's called go down on me before I beat you to fucking half to death, and I haven't showered in 3 days. That's what women's prison's like. And no, I'm not saying she's lying, but I guess what? I don't know if I like the way this is starting off, because it's starting off very similar to Toby Turner. A bunch of accusations that were never verified, never followed up by the police department. And I tell you something, here's another reason I have a little trouble believing this. If you have firsthand witness testimony and you have the victim and you took them both to the police department, did this guy get a knock on the door yet? Are the police on the job? Are we going to hear something in the next 24 to 48 hours that this girl, that this suspect is under investigation? It don't feel like it. You know what it feels like? We have an extremely irresponsible 18-year-old, I almost said woman. She's emotionally about 15. And I'll prove it. You got to see something else of this video. This is unbelievable. Look at that. There's the defiance look. Looks a lot different than this picture. My story. Looks a lot different. The vibe is a lot different too in the video. This is the way it starts off. Pure immaturity.
You know what sucks is that turning my camera on for this video, I know I might get accused of wearing too much makeup when I'm wearing just as much makeup as other girls. And
You would start a rape accusation off like this. It's almost comical. It's fucking comical. You talking about your makeup?
The amount of makeup that you wear does not affect who you are or what should happen to you. Just because I like to wear lipstick doesn't mean you should sexually harass me. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, right off the bat, stupidity. How come she can write rapist in the goddamn title and get ads? That's what I want to figure out. I was afraid to put rape in my title. That's how you start off something this serious? I'm going to get accused of having too much makeup. I don't know, girls do that. Guys never do that. When you have too much makeup on. Girls do that. You have too much makeup on. You worried about being sexually harassed by women? Is that? I don't know. What?
Everyone, it's Clarissa, and
oh my God.
I'm coming at you guys today with kind of a crazy, really weird video.
Really crazy rape accusations from some of the top YouTubers on the platform that have tons of access to kids and young girls.
I try to be as upbeat throughout this video as I possibly can be, but
and you know what? You did a great job.
I'm going to be talking about some really, really rough things. If you guys are watching this right now, please share this video, pass the link around, Twitter, Instagram, your family, your friends, wherever you can, with whoever you can, and be sure to give it a thumbs up so more people can see this video.
Look close.
Because I really want people to hear about the things that go on behind the scenes sometimes. A lot of people wouldn't talk about these things. I'm a savage, so I'm here to talk about these things. I'm here today to talk about the things that certain people on social media have done. I'm gonna be doing some exposing, yay! I'm gonna start out with the least insane of these stories. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna dive right into stories about the most followed guy on social media, I think. I'm pretty sure that this dude is like the most followed.
PewDiePie? Jesus Christ. The most followed guy? Was he in Los Angeles recently?
Followed guy out there. Like, you probably follow him. You probably know who he is. And you probably think he's a great, wonderful, fabulous person. And he's actually the kind of person who locks girls out on his balcony in the freezing cold weather at night for several hours, for 4 hours, I think it was, and tells them that they can't come back inside into his apartment unless they take off their shirt. He's also the kind of guy who likes to send girls DMs like,
I think that's a misdemeanor, at very least. Could be. A good lawyer could probably say that was kidnapping.
you should come over sometime so we can fuck. Or, hi, you're sexy, I wanna fuck you. Excuse me, what? Just
How about a fuck and a pizza? Well, what's the matter? You don't like pizza? That was the mall trick we did.
Just because you have all these millions of followers doesn't give you the right to disrespect women like that. And
I know this guy named Joey Casper. He said that shit over all the time in New Jersey, and he was poor as dirt.
it also doesn't doesn't give you the right to, the first time that I meet you, ask me if I want to have a threesome with you. And
this does not look like virtue signaling to you. This doesn't look like virtue signaling to you. This doesn't look like attention craving to you. She doesn't even start off with the most important thing. The rape. This is not fucking around, man. And she is 18, I found out. If I was 17, I might have let this slide. But this is not a grown-up. I'm starting to believe it. I know this is a controversial. I think you have to. I think you should have to show ID before you have to be 18 to get a YouTube channel. I mean, I think you do. Jesus. Let's get into the rape.
This guy lives in a very big house, and I went upstairs to go, see what was up. And I remember one of the bedrooms was locked. I couldn't go inside, and I heard noises coming from inside, and I heard a girl saying no over and over and over again. And I recognized that girl's voice as...
Follow me.
Oh, we got a donation here, and I can't see it. Super. I fucked it up. I'll check that in a minute. Shout you out. Apologize.
Susan, and there was nothing I could do. My friend told me I was overreacting. She's probably just saying no, and she doesn't really mean it. When she came out...
Who says that? She probably said no and she didn't mean it. And who says that? I tell you, every fucking high school thing I ever went to, that's what it sounds like this is the little pamphlet they give you. Sometimes victims and people around you say that you are asking for it.
Out of that room, I knew something wasn't right. She wanted to leave the party. And she's the kind of girl who would literally beg you to stay and want you to turn up more, because that's what she's like.
So let me get this straight. You were at a party. You witnessed a rape, or at least you thought you did. This girl comes out, she's disheveled, and she wants to get the fuck out of there right away. And you didn't let any of the men know in the area that this may have happened? There was no questioning? You didn't question this man? Okay, I was afraid. Okay, you can't say, call somebody outside, like, I think somebody just got raped. And I got news for you. If she doesn't listen, I don't care if you're a guy or girl. I find out you're at a party with me, and I think you get raped, and I'm fucking like 100% for sure of it. Sorry, we're not going to be friends anymore because I'm going to cops. Because I can't live with my own conscience as a rapist walking around. He could rape out somebody else that night. She's so fake. Well, I'm not saying she's lying. Something tells me it's going to bite her in the ass. I hope the skeptic community gets a hold of this. I think, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the next Tana Moja because she seems to be just as bright. Virtue signaling, garbage. Getting attention. You're so brave. Vague ain't brave. It never is.
But she came out of the room and she told me, we have to leave. This is too weird. This is too awkward. I don't like it here. I'm not having a fun time. We need to leave. And I remember looking into her eyes and seeing that something was so not right. And so I told my other friend, I just said, we're leaving. We have to go. And we left.
You're such a grown-up.
And my friend told me what had happened in that room. And basically, this influencer pushed my friend, Susan, into the room where this happened and forced her on the bed, pushed her over the bed, and ripped her pants off, ripped her underwear off, and raped her. My friend didn't even seem to think that anybody would consider this bad. So
you have the alleged victim admitting to penetration. You have a witness, you being a material witness to this felony by hearing it. And the cops haven't knocked on this YouTuber's door yet. Something tells me Keemstar would have been all over this if any YouTuber in Los Angeles got an investigation by the police. And I'm sure they would have knocked on his door by now. Especially the size of the YouTuber. The biggest one. The biggest social media star. The only one I can think of is two people. Jake Paul and PewDiePie. And I think PewDiePie lives in the UK. Now, are there bigger ones over there? Are you talking about iDubbbz? Like, you basically accused Evan Sears out there? You basically, maybe it's Andy Melanakis. Why not? A lot of guys in LA. This is unreal. How immature and childlike you are. Here's another thing would stop these. Since we're at, censoring and demonetizing everybody's goddamn video that doesn't go along with Google's politics, how about we take these fucking things down and still there's an arrest made? iDubbbz?
I remember talking to her about it and asking her why she didn't want to tell somebody. And she said, they're all going to believe him. They're not going to believe me.
Well, guess what? I heard this shit. We got a witness. And the cops don't go on that. The cops don't care about your social media circle. They're going to give you a rape kit. And they're going to find out for sure. Strip your panties off? What do you do? Put on a condom first? You got the guy dead to rights. There'll be hairs in the bed. There'll be hairs on you. In you. And they'll be able to find it like that. And not only that, you got a witness. And she's going out there so she doesn't get sued, saying the biggest star virtue signaling, doesn't really appear terribly upset through this entire video. She even talks about a sexual assault, or she thinks sexual assault of herself, and doesn't get terribly upset.
After that, feeling like nobody would listen to me. No didn't mean anything. If I screamed it over and over again and somebody didn't listen like he did, then obviously it didn't mean anything to anybody. And maybe all I was really worth was my body. That's not a way that
Hey, there we go, everybody. We got the Leah Dunham of YouTube. She didn't even look that upset. I don't know if this happened or not. But here's something I'm going to accuse you of, since we're in the area of accusing people. I think you're doing this for views. I think you're using somebody's rape for views. That's how I feel. How does it feel for you? I think you want people to treat you like a hero, because the thing is, you're terrible, even with 700,000 subs or 500,000 subs, how terribly unimportant and boring you really are. So you need this. You need to feel you're important. You need to feel like you have accomplished something. So we take SJW talking points and we virtue signal. And then everybody, the whole community's running around trying to fucking figure out who raped this poor girl. This is irresponsible and disgusting. And if anything should be being removed from YouTube, it's these friggin' blanket accusations. Somebody would have been picked up if she went to the cops. And I tell you something, I am all ears. If there's any way to confirm if she filed a police report, I want to, if it's a legal way to do this. Somebody wrote it's disgusting that she monetized it. Look, I'm on record saying, like, I don't think if Keem is reporting a death or Scarce is reporting a death or Chaos on Silence or any other news, I think you monetize it. You know why? Because every newspaper in the world monetizes their paper. When they report the death in the news, there's commercials in between that. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. But when you look at this shit and at how matter of fact she is about it. Like, oh my God, I'm going to talk about my makeup first. And then I'm going to go, it's like, oh my God, there's like a really crazy star and it's really bad. And I'm going to talk to you all about it, but I'm not going to name any names. In fact, I'm a witness to a rape and I'm not going to tell anybody about it because, only a couple hours later, oh yeah, I did go to the police. What the fuck, man? This is a felony, puts you away for 20 years. And you're half-assing it? I wouldn't care if she monetized, let's say they picked up the guy, right? I wouldn't care if she monetized the video and said, I was a witness. And I'm confirming this girl's story. But we don't even know if there's investigation. We don't know if the police have been notified. We don't know if a police report's been put in there. And it was only said she went to the police and she only vindicated Jake Paul after the fact. And if I had to bet, I can't look at the times, it was probably after Scarce's video. Children. Unfriggin' believable. And that's, look what everybody's doing there. It's Jake Paul. No, it's Rice Gum. It's just, oh my God. I know we're talking about the biggest douchebags on YouTube, but they don't deserve this. Even that prick Jake Paul doesn't deserve this. This is unbelievable. And a lot of people getting on Scarce too. I don't know what Scarce does. She made a serious accusation This thing's damn near over 100,000 views. This could be big news, sweetheart. But it might be big news about you when this is said and done. And you and Tana Mojo, you can go bowling. Or she can laugh at you. At least I didn't accuse anybody of rape. All right. That being said, we're going to take calls. I think I got Discord up and running. You can jump in the Discord, wait and call. Link is in the description box below, and I'll be dragging people up. I've been having server issues, but I jumped off the VIP server in Europe, which is closer to me, and then I jumped on the one in the States. Seems to be working fine. So shout out to Dead on Dave. Maybe that'll help you tonight. I don't know. Just switch servers. I went to the East Coast one. It seems to be this. So, and another thing. You want to go argue with this chick. I'm not telling you go fucking nuts on her. But don't accuse her of lying. Ask her for more evidence. Ask her, where are you getting this from? Why do you feel comfortable coming out with like this much information about the details of the crime but not releasing the person? And you know what? I guarantee when nobody goes, well, that's the way the world is. That guys just can go run around and rape. No, they can't. Not when you have that kind of evidence. No, that's the way the world really works. No. This is just a bunch of feminist virtue signaling. And you wanted to say, it looks like, you wanted to say somebody got raped and get attention for it and be cheered. That's what it looks like. Hope somebody gets picked up in the next 48 hours because it's not going to take much. And not only that, let's say the cops are investigating this. Let's say this girl had a rape kit done, right? Which is just game, set, match for the rapist, right? Let's say you're making a monetized video about it before the arrest. You don't care about this girl? You want to interfere with the investigation? You have a lot of people right now thinking that you're full of shit. So you're not helping this victim. Let's assume this happened. You're interfering with the investigation. You're poisoning the mind of the public. You keep your mouth shut until the guy gets picked up. And I tell you something, you're damn lucky you only have 1,000 dislikes. Anybody with any power on this platform points out, you just made a major accusation, didn't name the person, so we have a rapist in the loose. You didn't mention you called the police until after the fact. It's going to look a little more like Tana Mojo's videos. Post-content cop. Quick. Sounds like bullshit. Hope for yours. Actually, I don't, because I hope nobody got raped. Ridiculous. Childish. You disgust me. In fact, I can't even stand to look at you. I thought I could, but I can't. Where the hell is she? Get out of here. Get lost. All right, sorry guys. I'm really sick today. I'm dying, in fact. Charlottesville, Virginia. I got the big, those tough guys in the Ku Klux Klan. I have a few things to say about this. I really like to thank the SJWs for screaming bloody murder about white supremacy when I didn't see any growing up. About the Ku Klux Klan when I really didn't see shit like that growing up, but they weren't much of a factor. Or neo-Nazi groups. And calling absolutely everybody that disagrees with them a Nazi or a racist or a bigot. Because now it seems to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. We had the biggest right-wing rally that I've been made aware of in my lifetime, all 40 years. I cannot remember. I know you guys in England, the UK, and Australia, you think this shit happens all the time. It doesn't. It's unusual. That's why when you see the Klansmen, it's all friggin' old videos. In fact, the Klan was pretty much done after World War II with any kind of serious political power. All that stuff, all the lynchings, that happened prior to the Second World War. Yeah, there were small incidents. There was probably some incidents between the 50s and 60s. This shit ain't common. Now we have a rebirth of the far right. And they're calling themselves the alt-right. And yes, right-wing, they're real. And they're twisted. But I blame the left. Because people, even on the moderate left, these progressives, they literally on college campuses, everywhere you go, online, on Twitter, everybody that disagrees with them is a Nazi. And I really believe those people that are on the fence, that are on the right, that normally wouldn't have anything to do with Nazis, when they keep getting shut down like that, the dumb ones, they're a little likely to tip to the alt-right. Because I know what the alt-right's telling them. No, we're not like the Klan. We're different. We wouldn't dress up in those things, even though it looks exactly like a fascist rally would. And I'm really having a little trouble understanding why Donald Trump is taking so much shit for saying the many sides. Well, he was 100% correct. Because you had the far left and the far right. Nazis and commies are killing each other. But the thing is, in the United States media world, a Nazi's a Nazi. A communist, a far left, violence-promoting communist is a protester. What are they doing over there? Reopening the seeds of the Civil War that ended 140 years ago? By this completely useless campaign to wipe the Confederacy like it never fucking happened? Yeah, it happened. Off the map. Well, it just got somebody killed. Proud of yourselves? I think you are. I think this is exactly what you wanted. Because these fascist right-wingers, they like blood. And you know what? Every time I turn social media on, all I see is punch a Nazi. Good night, all right. Good. You're just as bad as them. And now you got the blood you've been asking for. You wanted violence? You got it. Congratulations. And now you got a dead girl on your hands. And you know what? I'm going out on a limb here, but I don't think the Nazis care about the dead girl. I think they're pretty happy about it. And I'll go even more out of limb. I don't think the left guys, Antifa guys, care too much about that dead girl either. I think it's exactly what they've been waiting for. And they're going to use that fucking dead girl to promote their sick, twisted agenda that is only on the other side of the spectrum of the fascism they supposedly hate. And that's what's going on down there. And the president was right to call it many sides because there were many agitators. Those guys went down there, those white guys went down there looking for blood, and they found it. And you know what? Antifa, you are a hate group. You've been shutting down conservative speakers at universities, burning and destroying. This is what the hate groups do. This is what the SS, the SA did, the brown shirts. This is how they behaved. The people you hate, this is how they behaved over here in Germany. Exactly. You're just like them. You know, I started to ask myself, wow, Nazis and communists are killing each other. Where's the problem? Well, I wouldn't really have a problem with it. I don't miss any of them. I hope they tear themselves apart. In fact, I'm all for a PUBG tournament in real life. Throw everybody on an island in Russia, if there is such a fucking thing, and let them shoot the fuck out of each other. You're not protesters, Antifa. You're a terrorist organization. That's another thing. Everybody was real quick to call this terrorism, which it was. How come what happened at Berkeley wasn't terrorism? How come what happened in Washington, D.C. when a Republican senator was damn near shot dead by some crazed Bernie Sanders lunatic? How come that wasn't terrorism? Hey, I have no doubt this is right-wing terrorism. No doubt. I can't remember the last time. The last time I've seen anything close to right-wing terrorism was in 1995 when I graduated high school. The Oklahoma City bombing. That's 20 fucking 2 years ago. This is what you get when you call everybody that disagrees with you a Nazi. And it's really funny. When the Antifa, oh yeah, shutting down Trump rallies? Yeah, I guess that's okay and punching those people because they're Nazis. Well, you only got your ass kicked there and chased away. Now there's somebody dead, and you're jumping fucking for joy for it. Hooray, we have people dead. We can use this poor dead girl. She would have wanted it this way. To promote our sick, twisted agenda that isn't so far off from the Nazis we oppose. Because it doesn't fit the narrative exactly. Disgusting. Repulsive. I'm embarrassed for what I saw over there. And it's not ignorance. It's not ignorance, Philly D. It's full-blown, serious fucking hate on both sides. Everybody knows. It's not ignorance. It's not that they don't know something. They're quite aware of it. They hate each other, and they want blood because they think, the ones, the leaders, think they're going to gain from it. I guarantee you those Antifa chicks picks are fucking talking in a circle. She would have wanted it this way. This is a good thing. You know, it's sad that we lost what's-her-face, but guarantee you. And it's exactly what, if one of the right-wing nut jobs got clipped, too. That's exactly what they've been telling. Oh, man, I lost my brother. I can't believe this. We just came to a protest. You know what? This is good for the cause. That's who we're dealing with here. So when you start running around punching Nazi and all that other shit, you're just as bad as them. I do think that President Trump has to nip it in the butt. There's not a lot of them yet, but they're gaining speed. Because it looks like the libs don't want to dial down. But President Trump's got to point out we have an alt-right problem, or a growing one, at very least. We do. And let these extremists, there's one thing if these extremists eat each other. And I'm telling you, guys that listen to me, I'm going to do what Antifa, I'm going to do what liberals won't do to guys that are thinking about getting involved with Antifa. I'm going to do this for the right. All right? Look at me, guys. I know you listen to me, and I know you agree with a lot of things I talk about. I know you respect the fact that I did a little service, and we're kind of on the same page. And I know you're angry about the Obama administration. I know you're angry about what's going on in our college campuses. But the solution is not to get involved with the alt-right. They are not really the alt-right. They are the far-right. They are the descendants of the Ku Klux Klans and the Nazis. The same people your father fought in World War II. That ideology was destroyed. So I'm begging you. I'm telling you right now, there's no good end to this. Go watch American History, yes. See what it's like to hang out with guys like that. See where you end up, because it's exactly what happens. Everybody I know that got involved with far-right politics at very least got a friggin' broken jaw. At least. Don't do it. They're sick. Don't get involved. Please. Stay away. And when your fucking stupid-ass friends comes back from a rally, hey, we punched some friggin' SJW in the face. You go, that's fucked up. That's not the way it's done. That's not cool, because that's what everybody's looking for. They're looking for that's what Clarissa May's looking for. She thinks everybody thinks she's going to be a fucking hero. Well, when somebody tells me they went to a rally and they punched some SJW, I'm going to say, you know what? That's not cool. And you know what? If they know they're going to hear that, they're less likely to do it, because everybody's running around looking to be a fucking hero. Now, I want to see people on the left do the same thing that aren't in YouTube. I'm not talking about Sargon, because he already knows better. Don't get involved with Antifa. They make us look bad. They're violent, and they're every bit the problem the Ku Klux Klan, their alt-right is. Let's see somebody on the left do what I just did. And when I tell you something, when your buddies come to you, they said, they say good night alt-right, and they said they punched some guy at a rally, you say, you know what? I don't think that's cool. I think that's stupid. I think you're part of the problem. And I'll do the same thing. When somebody comes to me and says, hey, I knocked out some of the SJW, that's not fucking cool, man. That's not what we're fighting for. And that's all it is. For all you guys that think those guys on the alt-right are cool and shit, guess what? They're just like SJWs. Look at the way they have treated Sargon. Look at the way they have treated Captn Kyrsh. They've used some of the same tactics that the SJWs have used to shut people down, to embarrass them. It's the same tactics, the tactics that you hate. The same tactics that were used in Gamergate to destroy people. The alt-right uses them, and they have no problem doing it. From doxing to false allegations, the whole nine. They're just like that. Stay away from them. And stop calling everybody a goddamn Nazi that disagrees with you. Progressive jerk-offs. If you didn't think this is going to happen eventually, you're fucking stupid. It's a goddamn shame. Never seen rallies like that in my country. I remember telling Pure a couple years ago when he was a kooky leftist. Now he's a kooky rightist. Yeah, slow down, Pure, please. That we don't have political violence that often. It's actually more common in Europe. Yeah, in the late 60s, you had the Weather Underground and right-wing violence post. I think post-1968 was almost unheard of. Yeah, you had the Simonese Liberation Army and the whole Patty Hearst deal. You had the Weather Underground. That was about it. And this is really they didn't do the numbers like their Bader-Meinhof gang or the Road Army faction did, or it doesn't even come close to with the IRA. And yeah, oh, by the way, my fucking Catholic friends, the IRA, they're on the left. They're like on the far wacko left. Yes, they are. Sorry, Ireland. Yep. Yeah, the Irish guys that listen to me, they're not good guys. They're murderers. Yeah, they're kind of fascist too. Sorry, not good guys. Most of you know that by now. Now we have this shit that they have in Europe. Now we have it there. And it looks like it's going to be a flashpoint down here because nobody's willing to dial it back. CNN isn't willing to let go and look for criminality and when Trump blows his nose. No one's allowed, no one can have a debate without being called a bigot or a fascist. You're pushing the dumb into the alt-right's hands, and it needs to stop. We need to dial it down. Because I don't want any more girls to get killed. Or guys. I don't even really, deep down, want any Antifa or Nazis to get killed. Deep down, I don't. But if they want to kill each other, well, fucking let them. But don't you be a part of it. Don't you join it. Don't go down the road of extremism. Because it just gets you fucked up, man. You lose respect. Eventually, going to jail for nothing, and all the people you thought you were in a brotherhood with just fucking turn their head. It's the truth. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's see if you bastards want to talk. Timmy Whitty. Click in the description box below. Go in and wait and call, and I'll take your goofy calls. Timmy, you're on the air.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
The thing about with Antifa and all that you're talking about.
Sure.
And you're saying how people aren't calling them terrorists, and you're saying they are. And it's the thing that, like, it always happens in history. Like, people will see some people doing things that would be terrorism, and they'll just be like, oh, but they're fighting for something that I agree with, so they're not. You know?
Yeah. No, I know. I grew up with it. I grew up being told I grew up being told the IRA was doing, good work for Catholics.
Oh, yeah.
I was raised with that bullshit, and it was bullshit when I grew up out of it.
My mum grew up in South Africa during the apartheid.
Yeah.
And now, that was a horrible time. That was racism, obviously. Nelson Mandela, him himself didn't do much wrong, I think, but the main reason he got left in prison for so long was they asked him to tell his political group to stop bombing shopping centres. Yeah. And people say that they weren't terrorists. They put bombs in, like,
I don't know if there's not a time. I don't know if there's not a time. I'd be remiss. I mean, I'm an American. We have this violence good. There is a point that maybe you got to pick up guns. It's not over a fucking statue now in Charlottesville, Virginia. It's not worth it. Like, all of the people on the far left, they like to just not talk about all of the past, all of the bad shit. It's like, if you forget about history, you're just going to repeat what happened. So you have to talk about the mistakes that people made. You need to talk about Hitler did this is how he got into power, this is why this was bad. You can't just stop talking about it, because then people won't know about him, won't know about what Nazis were. So when people call you a Nazi, they might not know what it means, and they might be like, okay, yeah, sure, I don't even believe that. I believe they use things like they fired that guy on CNN because he made a Nazi joke just recently.
Yeah.
I think the far left is just trying to control the way people talk and exchange ideas. Yeah. That's all. I don't believe that they care one way or another about understanding. I don't think they believe any of that, and I think explaining to the far left is useless. I think they're terrorists. And Black Lives Matter too. I took some shit on Twitter. I throw them in that group. If you go into a library, start screaming Black Lives Matter at the top of your lungs, interrupting absolutely everybody else that's trying to study, getting in people's faces, do Black Lives Matter? Come on, does Black Lives Matter? That's intimidation. While they may not be as bad as what we saw, they're definitely a hate group. And anybody that said, if they want to shut down and shut up, anybody that say that all lives matter, I pretty much put them in the same end of the spectrum. They just haven't done anything yet. Oh, wait, 2 cops got killed a couple years ago down in Texas. So we have had violence from Black Lives Matter, or at least maybe not from their members, but in an incident. Thanks for the call. Let me get some other calls, buddy. Thanks. What else we got? Veggie, you're on the air. What's up? Veggie. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hang in. Sorry.
I gotta hang in. I got a show to run. What do you got?
Well, I do with everything that happened in Charlottesville, and seeing a lot of young men there. I'm wondering, because from my perspective, I'm trying to figure out can you help explain to me what makes these people do this? Like, is this just racism?
Well, I think when I was thinking about that myself, and when I was growing up, I don't know how old you are, but I was told that obviously, the losing army, the Confederate Army, was pro-slavery, but they always separated the generals or General Lee from that. We were told General Lee was sort of like the Red Baron, an honorable enemy, right? It's not like there's a statue of the guy that ran Andersonville, which is essentially a concentration camp for Northern soldiers. We're talking about General Lee, and that he behaved in a gentleman's fashion when it came to war. So he always got a bit of a pass, and he was never accused of war crimes or anything else. And he's a bit of a hero down south and somewhat respected down north. So somewhere, and mostly in the colleges, they decided that they're going to go after General Lee. And they're going to take this little piece of history down, reopening the scars of the Civil War that is 140 years old. So I wonder, for people down there, that's just enough. It's one thing if it happens on a college campus and they're screaming about cultural appropriation and doing it, but not in our town. That's what I think happens. But that's no excuse. That's no excuse to put a bunch of hateful, racist dudes that are just out looking for blood.
Right, and well, the reason I asked the question that I did is because I'm 27 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, and I saw a bunch of guys that looked like they were my age, and I just can't wrap my head around. I mean, granted, I know that I have kids.
You didn't grow up down there. You didn't grow up down there, and you don't know. They're a little different.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah, you didn't grow up down there.
That's fair. I just can't imagine ever. I can't imagine ever dedicating.
I can't imagine doing that for something I care about. I'm so fucking lazy. Jesus Christ, I wouldn't even go down there. Like, hey, you want to go fight? No, I don't want to fight. I want to go out and get drunk this weekend. I don't want to fight over that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, there are so many amazing things that you could be doing with your time in the prime of your life.
Never underestimate. I think people are really scared about what they're seeing in this identity politics stuff, the politics of bigotry and racism, if you ask me. I think, and white men are at the bottom of the friggin' totem pole on this, and they're blamed for absolutely everything openly without any kind of pushback at our universities. I think some of that is pushing people into the alt-right's arms. I think the left is pushing people to these wackos, and these wackos are every bit as bad as the SJWs and Antifa. They're just on the right. And so what's happening is you're 20 years old and maybe you've had, I don't know, a false rape accusation in college just based on it. And your whole life got turned on and based on an accusation, then it just got dropped. Right. Or it happened to a friend. Maybe you're going to school every day and told what a piece of shit you are because of your skin color. That might push you to the alt-right. That's no excuse, by the way. That's time to get the fuck out of that school. That's the time it is there. But I mean, I do think, you see this on television and the way people, I mean, I saw I saw something on CNN. I think her last name was Navarro. She got in a debate with a white male over immigration, and she ended the debate, said something to the effect, it must be great to be white. That kind of bigotry, that kind of talk being okay. I think that's pushing people in the wrong direction. And the left doesn't seem to want to dial it down. They want blood. And they got it.
Well, I just think it's kind of nuts because we're actually I'm in Arizona. We're feeling the effects of this. Me and my wife are both very light-skinned Hispanics.
Yeah.
And it in both.
No wonder you can't wrap your head around it. You don't know what it's like to be white, sir. Hey, check your Hispanic privilege.
Well, if you ask anybody, I'm white. I mean, you've seen me on Twitter before.
I got you.
I have any form of ethnicity, but me and my wife both in the workplace have recently been rejected by clients because they're waiting for someone of color to assist them, and that just blows my mind. I've literally never experienced anything like that before. and it's not like
And you're
you can sit
Hispanic.
behind.
Both you and your wife are
Yeah.
Hispanic.
Right. Well, I mean, I have German and Mexican.
Oh, so you're half Hispanic. So you could check the box if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You do
If
that.
I wanted to, absolutely. But the thing is, it's just like I've never encountered that before, and it's very awkward to be on the opposite end of the desk and be like, I mean, how do you even say that? Like, no, it's okay. You can work with me. I'm actually Hispanic. I just don't look it. You know what?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like we're feeling the reverberations of it, and it's so weird because my kids are at my stepdaughters. They're actually like brown.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I feel like
I
here in
think
Arizona,
let me stop you. I think we're going into a scary time, and we're going into an area that I don't think I've experienced in my lifetime. Because the worst the bigotry ever got, I think, was in the early 1990s, Rodney King and then O.J. and stuff like that. It didn't seem to kind of die out. You know, I didn't really see this stuff. I mean, I'm not saying there's never an incident. I'm not saying there's no such thing as racism. I'm not saying that minorities in some cases aren't persecuted by police and things of that nature. They are. It's a fact. They are. But it was never like what we were told it was in the 60s or prior to World War II, where they actually had lynchings and things. It was never like that. Like I said, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They've been calling everybody white supremacists that disagree with it, and it wasn't true. They don't have a white supremacy problem on campus. I mean, give me a break. You fucking breathe cockeyed over there. Next thing you know, you're going to a friggin' phony kangaroo court and getting kicked out of school for saying the wrong thing. You want to tell me there's a white supremacy problem? Place is run by the left. So I think what's happening is they got the war they always wanted. There was nobody to fight with a couple years ago. Guess what? Now you got some real Nazis to fight with. Have fun. All right, Benji. I'll let you go. Talk to you later. Thanks for the call. Hi, Watermelon. You're on the air. Turn my stream down.
I mean, give me a break. You fucking breathe cockeyed over there.
You blew it. The real Simpson. You're on the air.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say at the start of the video, that woman just like making those meanest accusations just pissed me the fuck off. I'm not gonna lie. Just saying that overused term, it's fucking petty.
It feels petty. It definitely, because I don't think to me it felt like, and if you just all you got to do is watch this. To her, this is what it looks, because she's so immature. It's just another video. That's what it is. It's just another YouTube video. There's no difference between, you could read her body language and everything. It is just another YouTube video.
So joyful for something so serious. It's just it's fucked up in a messed up really way. You know what I mean?
Oh, by the way, she did remove Jake Paul from the tags. I neglected to mention that. Just another video.
Originally she did that. I mean, you can't deny that was stupid. Originally put in the first place, and just for the sake of this over-the-top joyfulness.
I don't know. Is it so far to think that she maybe wanted you to think it was Jake Paul, but never thought she'd be called out for it because no one was ever going to get called to the police or nothing?
Yeah, exactly. Like no one's going to know this. It's especially when you've got an audience that big. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's yeah, exactly. I don't know. She better hope the skeptic community doesn't dig into this.
Oh, they will.
You know, she better hope, because there ain't shit there. There's a really big dupe to her that Big does bad things. Yeah, I'm a witness to a felony.
Exactly. Fucking how many people viewed the video?
Well, I mean, if you went to the police, the thing is, if you went to the police had said, "Okay, where's the girl?" And the first thing they're going is rape kit. Which is a horrible process, by the way. It's the worst fucking thing that can happen to you. It's almost as bad as being.
The thing is, if you're wrongly accused, your career is done pretty much.
Well, we don't know that anybody's been wrongly accused. Nobody's been accused. They're just a bunch of vague accusations made to a social media hero that you like. That's all it is. It's berserk. Big bozo she is. Big dumb kid. Thinking this shit's cool. Big dummy.
Oh, it's cool. It's because it's cool and hip to call people out and accuse them of random, serious crimes. But that's just the way it is now.
Yeah, I just think she doesn't think she's gonna get caught.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right, Simpson. Talk to you later, buddy. What do you want, you big blowhard Swede?
Oh, hey, Tommy.
What's
up? Did you see on Twitter that Paul News have been blocked?
Who? What?
There's an right news media account on Twitter with 9,000 followers, and they have been deleted today.
Who's been blocked?
No, not blocked. I mean, Twitter has deleted Paul News. it's a really big like news thing for a right-leaning thing, and it got deleted. It's really big and such. You know.
Is it shit? Is it right-wing garbage?
A combination, I
Yeah.
guess.
Racist horseshit?
Yeah.
I don't
No,
care.
not really racist. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Follow it.
Yeah, you big bigot. I don't care if they delete that shit. That's up to them. I worry a little bit about. I'm worried more about Sargon. Somebody who I know is not a
Sargon?
bigot. Yeah, I'm a little more worried about Sargon getting his account back. That's who I'm afraid
Is
of.
it gone again? Did he post black penises again? Is that it?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't post black penises again.
Shit.
Get out of here. What's your name?
Mystic.
Mystic. I'm dumb and old. What do you want from me? What's on your mind, buddy?
I just wanted to talk about Clarissa May real fast.
Sure, go ahead.
Now, I'm not defending her. I'm not defending J. Paul. I'm not defending the other guy.
Okay.
I've been on the side of the accused before 3 different times, and I'm like, from my experience, I know never to jump straight into the arms of, oh yeah, she's a victim, she's so right.
Gotcha.
Because of that shit.
Okay.
Now, I do agree that the video was executed poorly.
Okay.
So poorly, like a regular video.
Yeah.
I understand where she's coming from the first comment that she made because of her makeup.
Yeah.
As a female, I know it's fucking ridiculous to put that at the beginning of a very serious video and then go around it like it's so nonchalant when she's doing something completely serious. But as a woman on YouTube, and you said earlier, it's like, who does that? Guys don't do that. No, guys do that.
Guys do that?
Do that.
Do they really?
Yeah.
They're probably
they
gay.
Go, oh.
They're gay. Gay guys care about makeup. Come on, I don't care. I would notice.
No.
My wife, give me a break, lady. My wife is like, put something on. She goes, you notice anything? And it's like, I notice anything, and I feel like I'm on fucking Jeopardy, and I don't know the answer. You know? Yeah, exactly. You better get this right. You lost weight. You know what the default is? You lost weight. That's what you do. Hey, you lost weight. All right, but go ahead. I interrupted you.
But it's all right. Guys go and like, no, he probably didn't because you look so fucking ugly. Like, not even in your comments when y'all were talking, like some guys are like, fuck off, thought she's like a 3 out of 10. No way that would happen. Fuck that shit. Like they were.
Yeah, but they didn't talk about the 3 out of 10. I believe that the 3 out of 10 shit. I believe, but not the makeup, not Pacifics. That's for Italians and gay guys. But go ahead. Italian guys are the only straight man I've ever seen in my life. Like, well, she does her makeup pretty nice, but if she did this and did that, the only guys I ever knew were Vinny and Nikki. They did shit like that. But other than that, they're gay. And then Vinny and Nikki are coming to probably gay, to be honest with you, because they're always they're always saying faggots a lot. Guys that say faggots a lot, I think they're gay, but that's just me. But go ahead.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So you think you're not getting to the point there. Let me help you. You think this girl, you think she might be telling the truth? Is that what you're saying? You're giving the benefit of the doubt?
No, I'm not gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I want to put it past Jake Paul, but since we don't have any definitive evidence, there's no really side to jump on.
She's come out and she's vindicated both the Paul brothers. Just I don't know if you caught earlier in the video. She has vindicated both the Paul brothers. Let me read this again.
Both of them?
Yes. Okay. No, it was neither the Paul brothers nor Rice Gum. All right. So
but now everybody's playing the guessing.
Well, I think that's the problem because let's face it. If I was going to pick a date rapist on YouTube, I think Jake Paul would he rise right to the top of the list. If I was making a movie, I would about date rape. I would cast a blonde guy with blue eyes from Ohio. All right, you know what I mean? And I would call him Jake Saul. That's what I would call him. Make him Jewish. Make it different. Jake Saul. And that's the way I would do it. But I mean, just because somebody, just because you're a douchebag and a dude bro doesn't make you a rapist. Trust me, I knew a lot of dude bro douchebags in the Army and when I played hockey, and some of them were assholes, but going to that next level of hitting chicks and abuse and all that other stuff, that was rare and pretty far between. Most of them were saying disgusting stuff in the locker room, and when they saw their girlfriends, they snapped to, or wives. I mean, that's what my experience is. But I mean, I don't know. Do you want to if you want to defend her, I don't want you to be afraid of me. I want you but I got to be honest with you. I think I can come to a pretty fair suspicion, if there is such a thing, that this was executed so poorly that there is a possibility of bullshit. I don't know.
Well, of course, there's always a possibility of bullshit. Even if she was raped and her friend
strong
was raped.
possibility of bullshit.
Strong possibility.
Strong possibility of bullshit. This is really real. I mean, who writes like this? Yeah. Who writes like this? These things have been reported to the police. No, it wasn't the Paul brothers or Rice come. These stories are real, and these things happen to girls around the world every single day. What the fuck's that got to do with anything?
It's not going to do anything. She wants to rile up a mass. But in my opinion, I feel like she should go to the police if she's right.
She said she did.
But what?
She said she did.
She did. Okay.
She said she did.
I can understand the victim not coming forward though, because it is a numbers game.
That is.
It is a numbers game.
Sometimes people don't do that. I do understand that. That sometimes people don't do that.
Especially
I suppose,
if it is big YouTubers.
I tell you something. Maybe this is possible. Let's give her a benefit of the doubt. Maybe she chickened out in the rape kit, the victim. All right. Let's just speculate. And Clarissa got mad. You know, Clarissa got pissed. So she, wanted some type of justice. So this is the best thing she could do without getting sued. Maybe. But that's bad judgment too.
Yeah.
That's bad judgment too. There is I know somebody that probably got away with rape when I was a kid. And I wish he would die. But he didn't. And I just had to suck it up. Because there was no evidence. And the victim refused to come forward. And there's always the possibility that there was a false accusation. So it's tough. But I don't like this idea that she's putting out there that people in the United States think lightly of rape. In my experience with men, there is nothing that gets them more riled up than that word. And knowing somebody that if a loved one or a friend or God forbid a girlfriend, if hearing that by their own ears makes them insane in general. I don't know anybody that's ever said, if anything, the men that I've known overreacted when they've heard accusations and they couldn't determine attention seeking from an actual problem. So when she just sort of, it just is like, well, nobody will believe me. Well, if you go to the police, get a rape kit, they're going to believe you. And it doesn't matter if they do or they don't. And you know what? Fuck them if they don't. Fuck them if they don't. You got the evidence. This guy's got to go away. He could hurt other girls.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
But since we don't have any solid evidence, everyone's like, oh, no, she's lying. She's lying. She's lying. And that's the biggest fear, honestly, with women reporting rape and molestation.
The cops aren't allowed to do that. They just deal with the evidence. They're just going to say, take the kit. You don't take the kit, which I understand is very humiliating, that kit. I'm not going to tell you. I went through a class where what they go through to do that, both men and women. It sucks.
Yeah.
But, what about the other people? What about other girls?
Yeah.
God forbid this ever happened to me. Yeah, I probably would suck it up. Actually, from what I've read, more guys are more likely to fucking not tell anybody. Yeah, because they don't want anybody to.
Humiliating.
But you know what? You know what I think would get me over it is it's not about me anymore. What about the next person this guy rapes?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's not about you at that point. It's like, if I don't do this is humiliating, and it sucks, and it's gonna fuck me up, and I probably need to go to a psychiatrist. But what about somebody else? Then it becomes bigger than you. And I understand that's not easy, but it does take strength, and you got to kind of do it. That's the way I feel. Where are you from, Mystic?
California.
All right. Los Angeles?
Yep.
Why don't you get on the case and find out who this evil YouTuber is, like the biggest one ever?
Yeah. Oh, we'll all find out eventually.
Yeah. I don't think we will. I think this story dies. That's my prediction.
Really?
Just like the Nick Cash one. I think this dies. I think she's got nothing.
Well, Nick Cash was proven that nothing bad happened. It was both mutual, and she lied about her age.
I don't know if there's proof of that shadow of doubt, but it definitely the accuser didn't have the best of reputation, hasn't been involved in stuff like this before. But there's no real hard evidence against him. That's for sure. And it didn't get picked up by the news. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was a quick thing. It lasted one night.
Yeah.
Nobody really cared about the night that fucking, who was it? Nintendo Babe released all that shit.
Nintendo, yeah, nobody really. I told them, I love Nintendo Babe, I do. But I told them they handled that terribly. Not quite as bad as this broad, but pretty badly. Together. All right, you have a good one, Mystic. It's time for me to get out of here.
All right, you too, Tommy.
All right, take care. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thought we had a good show. Covered a lot of things. I'll be back 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check out Dead on Day. He's back on Wrestling. SummerSlam's coming. Peace. I'll see you later.
This is the almighty infinite, independent
terrorist attack, what the fuck?
Weed smoking alchemists, fake identities. Okay, you cool with Jason Bourne, running with these Wolverines. Okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.